that. Okay, welcome. Come on down to the mat for me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you guys. So this evening's practice is a twisting practice. So we're going to explore some different twists, use the props for some of them and use the props just to give us a little bit of a helping hand with some things. So make your way down to the mat for me, have a seat. And this is the time where you've now got a decision and you've got a choice. We're going to begin just by getting into class, and you can either do this seated or, and please be my guest, come down onto the mat into Shavasana so you can lie on your back. So remember, this is your class, so I want you to do what you feel is right for you today. Just turning my watch off so I don't get any notifications. So just make sure that you're kind of listening to your body and you're doing what's right for you. So wherever you are, whether you're in an upright seated position or whether you're lying down in Shavasana, just let your arms release by your side. I just want you just to begin by breathing. So float the eyes shut for me and just take some really nice deep breaths. So as I say, our focus today is going to be on twisting. And you're going to feel that some of the twists feel better on the left side and some feel better on the right. So we're just going to move into a little bit of acceptance on that and just be aware, acknowledge, and then we're just going to work with those differences today. So begin just breathing in through the nose. Let's let that breath come really deep in our bellies. Feel its lovely warmth. And as you just begin to focus on your breathing, I want you to just begin to turn off from your day. So turn off from what's going on around you, whether you've got children running around or animals or anything going on around you. Just try and block that out so that the next 45 minutes is just you and your breath and your movement. So continuing to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Well done. Feel that lovely warmth just begin to trickle all the way through your body. And then let that breath, as you inhale, let it rise slightly. So it's going to come from your belly, and then the breath is going to come deeper and it's going to rise up through your ribs. So you feel it really wide before you let it go. So it's almost as if you can feel the breath beginning to rise up a little higher in the body as you inhale. And again, just take a few breaths here. Let's breathe again, and this time we're going to let that breath come even higher. So it's going to come from your belly, up through your ribs, all the way up to your collarbones before you let it go. And try to visualize what that looks like in your body. So imagine that you can see the breath rising and then you can see it leaving you. Well done. Stay right there. And then when you're ready, just float your eyes open for me. Just let your shoulders release down away from your ears. And as I say, today's practice is all about twisting and just accepting where we are. If you're lying in Shavasana, make your way slowly up into an upright position. Take your time. We're going to begin just a little bit of awakening and mobility here. So begin by just taking a simple twist. So you're going to bring your right hand down onto the floor for me and push into the floor. Bring your left arm across and just take a twist. So we're going to continue that breath that we just started to explore a moment ago, where we were breathing really deep into the belly. We're going to continue that lovely deep belly breath. So breathe in through the nose, and as you let that breath go, I want you to think about what's happening firstly with your shoulders. So let those just snuggle into your back. Let your eye gaze look over that right shoulder. Feel that lovely lengthening right down the side of the body, right down your neck. Take a couple more breaths here. And then come through to center. Leave that right hand anchored on the floor. Lift the left arm all the way up. Let it slide out. And then softly just reach across to the side. So we're going to soften the elbow here. Good. And then lift your eye gaze up towards those fingers. Trying to keep those sit bones anchored into the floor. I want you to feel that lovely extension right down the side of your body. Well done. Lifting and then just softening into that arm a little bit more. Can you maybe creep a little bit further out? Well done. Come all the way up. And we're going to go straight to the other side. So first of all, we're going to take that lifting and that lateral flexion here. So just soften that other elbow and reach across. Now, even here, do you notice a difference maybe in the left and the right side? And again, we're never looking for perfection in our yoga practice, remember, always just looking at being a work in progress and kind of acknowledge where you are today. Stay right there for me. Lift that eye gaze up if that feels good. And can you maybe creep that arm out a little bit more? Well done. On your next inward breath, rise. And let's take that twist. So bring the arm over the thigh. Hand comes underneath the shoulder. We're going to use that hand as a base. And it's going to lift you and then let you rotate. So you're looking over that shoulder. Stay right there for me. And just take a few breaths here. Feel the warmth of that breath in your belly. And then when you're ready, release and just bring your head to center. Well done. Relax your shoulders. Roll yourself through and come into child for me, Balasana. So we're going to bring big toes together and your knees are going to come wide. So beginning just with the arms by your side. So if you feel you need to here, you might want to use one of your props or maybe a couple of your props. So if you're feeling tight in your hamstrings and you don't feel it comfortable to sit back, try popping one of your blocks just underneath your legs. And if it doesn't feel good for you, resting your forehead down, pop your brick on the floor and you can hold there, either with it upright or down towards the floor. But we're just going to begin just by softening and lengthening here. So let those knees just press nice and wide. Well done. And then softly, we're going to stay in the legs, but I want you to extend your arms overhead. And then inhale, thread one arm through. Let your shoulder release here. Let the side of the head just rest down to the mat. And even here, we're starting that twisting. Stay there for me, just breathe. Take 5 really nice big breaths here. Remember, it's okay to come out of this and just come into child if it doesn't feel good with this twist. Let's softly come up through to center and do exactly the same on the other side. So you just reach the arm through, let the shoulder release. Just lengthening that other arm. Well done. Taking another 5 breaths here. And then push yourself up onto all fours, pressing and coming into cat and dog pose. So knees are apart, press the heels of the hands into the floor. Draw the chin all the way in towards the chest, making a lovely big arch right through the back. And then just press through. So push the hips down towards the floor, lift the head, eye gaze looks forwards. And just roll again, coming all the way through. So as you come into that cat, eye gaze down towards the back of the legs, so the thighs rather. And then as you come into that dog, you're pressing hands and pushing away. Just really mobilising that spine. Getting the wrists warm as well here, so that they're ready for work. Press away. Let's do one more here. Roll all the way through. Good, well done. And then release and press. Fantastic. When you're ready, push yourself up and let's come into our little pulse raises. We're going to come into our sun salutations. I'm going to add a couple of twists into this today just to go with our theme. So if you're ready to join me, we're going to go ahead and stand at the long end of our mat, coming into Tadasana mountain pose. So have your feet underneath your hips. If you want to bring your big toes together and stand with feet together, feel free to do so. But for most people, I find it a little bit nicer to stand with feet just underneath your hips. Just let your shoulders release down away from your ears. We're going to come all the way up into a nice big breath, inhaling and lifting the arms all the way overhead. And then you're going to exhale and take a lovely big forward fold. Uttanasana, tucking the head in, relaxing your shoulders. So we're looking at lifting the sit bones. Well done. Now relax the shoulders, inhale, take a big giant step back with your right leg and push away strongly. Good, well done. Stay there for me. Push back to downward dog. Head just releases between the shoulder blades. Eye gaze is back and down. And then inhale, roll through into a nice strong plank. Shoulders over wrists. Knees can pop down if you want to. On your next outward breath, you're going to drop chest towards the floor. And then we're going to let everything come to the floor. Push the toenails down, press hands into the mat and rise into our up dog. Push back into down dog for me. And hold right there. So you're driving the heels down towards the floor. Bend both knees. Spring the right leg through so the knee is over the ankle. And let's open that right arm. So we're lifting and twisting up. Hand comes down, we find the floor. And we step feet together back into our forward fold. Well done. Then we inhale and lift all the way up. Let's try that again. So let the breath go. Forward fold. Head tucks in. Inhale, left leg lunges, shoulders down. Exhale to downward dog, ears by biceps. And then inhale, roll all the way through into a nice strong plank. Exhale, knees or toes, chaturanga. And then pull into upward dog. So lift the chest. Exhale, push back to down dog. Well done. Bend and spring that left leg through, opening that arm so we add that twist. That's it, well done. Lift that eye gaze, hand finds the floor, bend and step feet back under hips. Well done. Inhale, rise again. Lift it all the way up. Good, exhale, fold. Head tucks in. Inhale, step that right leg away. Make sure the knee is over the ankle on that front leg before you drive to downward dog. And again, on your downward dog, don't worry if the heels don't come down towards the floor. Melt the heart towards the floor and then roll all the way through, just like a wave as you come up. Pressing back to downward dog. Spring that right leg through. Give it a helping hand if it needs it. Opening the arm all the way to the ceiling. Hand releases. Stepping in, land lightly. Nice job. Let's do one more. Breathing all the way in. Lift up. Good. How are we doing? Let the breath go. So you're really relaxing as you forward fold here. Perfect. Well done. Find a tempo that you feel happy moving with. Good. And you're just floating forwards into that lovely strong plank. Good work. Well done. Nice. Press back. Good job. Perfect. Nice twisting, Amy. Lovely. Got some nice profiles of you, Claire, as well. Lovely. Good work, gang. You're looking amazing. Lovely. Roll all the way up. Okay, when you're ready, just stand in mountain pose. We're going to come ahead and face front. So pressing feet into the floor. Well done. Let your arms just rest by your side. Lengthen the right arm down, lifting all the way up to the ceiling. We're just going to take a little side bend here. Good. Now lift the eye gaze all the way up. And then exhale, come all the way through center. and we're softening and reaching to the other side. So as we just alternate here, you're going to come all the way through right to left. I want you to think about being really grounded in your feet, so you can feel as if you've got a tripod in your foot. So you've got that big front tripod at the front of the foot, pushing all the way through. Good. So you're literally lengthening. So I want you to feel that lengthening sensation as you reach across, and then come all the way through. Good. Now hold it right here for me and just let your arms release. Relax your shoulders. Coming into chair. So walk your feet in together, bend your knees and sit down halfway. So it's as if you're sitting in a chair, got a nice long spine, tuck under the tailbone and drop into the legs. Bring your hands to your heart. Perfect. Now you remember that this practice today is a twisting practice. So we're going to add a little twist here. So dropping in the legs, going to bring left arm down and we're going to open the right arm. Eye gaze lifts. Now we're going to hold it here for 8 breaths. I want you to think about what's happening with your legs. So making sure that your knees are level with each other and you're not pushing one leg back. So the knees stay level as you twist. If that feels a bit too much for you with the arms expanding, you can just come and turn, holding the hands in prayer and stay right there. You're still going to get that lovely twisting sensation. Good. And if you are opening your arms, really think about opening your wings. Good. If it feels too much, by the way, just come out of it and you can just hold in a chair pose. Good, that's it, well done. Stay right there and just breathe. Lovely. Lifting that eye gaze up if you can. Good. When you finish your breaths, just come out for me and just hold in a chair. Bring hands to your heart. Awesome. Relax the shoulders. Let's come to the other side. So bring the right arm across this time, just on the outside of that leg, and then open your wings. So again, we're looking here, and I always find I have to really consciously tell myself not to push one leg back. So your knees stay level, your heels are grounded, tummy is in, and you're opening. Good. So you should feel that lovely grounding, and then you're going to open and expand with your breath. And again, we're staying here for 5 breaths. Lovely work, well done. Stay there, just breathe for me. Good. Hold and just stay put. Just adjusting my mat here that keeps lifting today. Well done. How does that feel on your right and your left side? Different. Release and rise when you're ready. And just roll your shoulders, coming just into Tadasana. Perfect. Let's come back into that side bend. So lift up for me. Reaching to the side. So now maybe you feel that you might want to bring your big toes together as we stand in that mountain pose, or maybe you feel happier with the feet underneath your hips. Totally up to you. Good, but again, we're lifting and lengthening before we take that little side bend. Good, well done, you look amazing. Rise and come all the way up through center, and you're just reaching across to the other side. So you've got that helium balloon on the top of your head, and it's lifting you up before you reach. Fantastic, well done. Release it. Just relax your shoulders. Perfect. Okay, let's take feet nice and wide. And you might want to grab one of your bricks for our next sequence. Coming into a wide leg forward fold. So having your brick in front of you, you might want that. Taking your feet nice and wide. Well done. Push your feet down into the floor for me. So we're lifting crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Bringing your hands onto your hips first of all. Inhale and just tip forwards for me. So you're relaxing your shoulders here, legs are long. Well done. And if you want to, bring your hands down towards the floor, or perhaps you want to bring them onto your brick. So remember, the prop is there for you to use, or maybe you want to bring your head down onto the brick, which we've used before. So just breathing here, softly let everything go, relaxing your head. Now remembering that our theme this evening is a twisting theme. So we're going to bring the left hand onto the brick and we're going to use that to lengthen us. So I'm drawing the belly button in, pushing the brick in the centre of my legs. I'm going to inhale and lift the right arm up. So I'm pressing and lifting here. That's it. Now lift your eye gaze up towards your fingertips. And you should feel a really nice release. We're really lengthening through the back of the legs here and working on that little sideways twist. So keeping that eye gaze lifted, we're going to hold it here. Perfect, well done. Just breathe. Stay there. And then bring the hands down. Come all the way through centre. And open, unravelling, coming to the other side. So again, as I was saying at the beginning of our practice this evening, just accepting where we are, the differences between our left and our right sides, the differences in our strength, in our flexibility. Just know how that feels. Lovely, well done. Good. And we're going to come all the way through. And we're going to reset that and go again. But I'm going to give you a little variation that you might want to add on. So if you don't want to use your brick and you want to come down to the floor, obviously go for that. And we're going to lift and open again, but that top arm is going to wrap. So we're adding a little wrap here. So you're going to roll the hand around your skinny mini waist, pressing off the floor. And again, roll your shoulder back and down here. So if you feel better using that brick, please feel free to do so. You can use it long ways or even a little bit wider, pressing off there. And just try that wrap, see how it feels for you. Maybe it doesn't feel good on this side, and again, if it doesn't, you can just stay with the extension. You look amazing, well done. Just release. And hold right there for me, just come all the way through centre. You're ready to go the other way. Pop the hand down, either on the floor or using your brick, lifting the arm up so you're reaching to the ceiling before you roll your shoulder back and down. Now, as you're pressing into the floor, make sure you can feel all the corners of your feet in contact with the mat. And you're just holding there. Good. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Stay right there. Lovely work, well done. And then just softly hold for me. Bringing everything centre in that wide leg forward fold. Relax the head. Eye gaze looks back. Perfect, well done. Stay there for me. When you're ready, press the hands into the floor. Walk the feet in. And stand nice and tall. Well done. Coming to the end of our mats. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. And we're going to step back into a nice strong plank. So come into a forward fold just to get yourself there. Pop the hands down to the floor and push yourself back into a plank position. So your shoulders are over your wrists. Knees can pop down if you feel that's better for you. Once you're here, you're going to lift into downward dog. So again, just working out that you're driving the heels of the hands into the floor. Your eye gaze is back towards your feet, chest towards your thighs. Looking to lift up through the sit bones so you feel that lovely extension, and then you're drawing your shoulder blades into the centre of your back. So you've got one lovely long line all the way down your spine. So again, don't worry if your legs are not able to be straight. If you feel you need to bend them a little bit so that you can get that length, feel free to do so. And also, please don't worry if your heels are nowhere near the floor. So we're going to stay here just for a few more breaths before we add in a twist. On your next inward breath, bring the right hand across to the outside of the left leg. So you're holding right here. Good. If this feels too much for you, pop both hands down, or maybe you want to bend your knees a little bit. But think about, again, a little rotation, before you open. Good. Just 5 breaths here. It's a really big pose. Good. Stay there for me. Just breathe. Well done. Come out of it whenever you feel you need to. If you need to come out at all. Popping the hand down when you're ready. Again, just reset the legs. Belly button in. Lengthen and reach across with the opposite hand this time to the outside of that leg. So again, as you're reaching across there, your eye gaze still stays back. Lovely, well done. You guys look amazing. Hold there. Just breathe, acknowledge where you are. Good. Perfect. And then slowly release. Good job, well done. Just come on down for me. Whew, that was big, wasn't it? Let's have a seat. Goodness me. So we're going to extend here. So coming into Dandasana, our staff pose. You're pushing your legs away from you. Relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears. And your legs are just hanging away from your hips. If you're feeling a little bit tight in your hips, my tip is for you to sit on one of your yoga blocks, and that's going to elevate you and let your hips open just a little bit. So again here, we've still got that imaginary helium balloon on the top of our head, so just relax your shoulders. Inhale for me and just float your arms up. Let your shoulders release down away from your ears. And think here about lengthening. We're going to inhale, lift up, and float the arms forwards and just relax the shoulders. So as you're here, draw the shoulders back. I want you to imagine that you're standing on a yoga block. So you're really pushing through your heels. If you're finding that's a little bit too intense for you, just soften those knees a little bit. And you can still forward fold right here. So we're still thinking about lifting and lengthening. So just hold it there for me. Relax your shoulders. Now inhale, lift up, reaching the arms overhead. And let's add our twist here. You're wondering when that twist was going to come in, weren't you? Inhale, lift. So you're going to reach forward. You're going to bring opposite hand across, outside of that foot, and then open the arm away from you. So you're opening that shoulder. Good. And then try lengthening and looking down that extended arm. So belly button is in, shoulders are down. If you need to soften those legs, do so. This is a really big, big pose. So do take a little break if you feel you need to, and then you can always come back into it. Well done. Nice. Couple of breaths here. I'm not going to hold you long in this. And then release. Come all the way through center. Inhale, lift up. And then release, come all the way to the other side. So you're going to open your wings. So you should now have a change of scenery from where you were just looking. But again, I still want you to think about looking down that extended arm, lengthening through your legs. Nice job. Well done. Stay right there for me. And again, if you feel you want to come out of this, please feel free to do so. Amazing. Well done. Good. And then when you're ready, just release. And we're going to explore some twists coming on down. So settle yourself down for me, lying on your mat. You can use a block underneath your head or a cushion or a bolster if you want to. Just relax your shoulders away from your ears. Float both legs in towards your chest. And then you're going to open your arms out to the side and let your legs just drop. Taking a really nice big twist here. Now turn your head so that you're looking away from where your legs are going. And just breathe and hold right there. As you're expanding your arms on the floor, be aware of both shoulder blades making contact with the floor. Now if you'd like a little bit more here, you can extend your top leg. Hand holds behind the thigh or the calf, or if you want to, you can use your strap, popping it around your foot, holding onto it and pulling across there. So again, we're still looking away from the leg, and that extension is just a little bit extra if you want to take it. Not compulsory, obviously. If it doesn't feel good for you, You don't have to try it. Well done. And if you're using your strap, it's around kind of like the arch of your foot. And you're pressing, still flexing that foot. Good, stay there. A couple of more breaths here. And then softly release. Let's come all the way up through centre. Let the arms open again. And let the knees drop in the opposite direction. And then first things first, let your shoulder blades make contact with the floor. And again, you're looking away from your legs. Now, what feels good on this side? Do you maybe want to stay with the legs stacked, bent? Or perhaps you want to try extending that top leg. Up to you totally. If you want to go there now. Remember, you can use your strap and you're just going to use that around the arch of your foot. Good. If you haven't got a strap, remember, you can always use a belt to hold on there. Good. Nice job. So just softening into the floor. Eye gaze looks down that arm away from the legs. Perfect. Stay there for me. And then when you're ready, draw your legs in. Just give yourself a little hug. Nice work. Let's roll ourselves up, coming into a seated position. Good job. Coming into one of my favourites, half Lord of the Fishes. Bring your left leg onto the floor. Right leg lifts up and crosses over, pushing the sit bones into the mat and lifting up through your spine. Elbow finds its place on your thigh, right hand under the shoulder. Pressing off the floor, we're going to twist again here. So release the shoulder, let the shoulder drop from the ear. And again, we're lengthening and letting those hips just ooze into the mat. It should feel really nice for your lower back here as well. If the legs don't feel quite right, feel free to extend that left leg along the floor, pressing up. And you can hold there. If that still doesn't feel good, uncross and be seated. So you've got a few options you can play with there. Well done. Nice job. Release and come through centre. Unravel your legs, which you might need to do manually. If you're anything like me, pop the leg down. Other leg crosses over. Glue those sit bones into the mat and then lift up nice and tall to the ceiling. Beautiful. Elbow finds the thigh. Hand finds its place underneath your shoulders. And that backhand is going to act as your base. So push off the floor and let everything above your hips lift to the ceiling. And everything from your hips down is going to kind of melt into the floor. Perfect. Well done. Stay there. Do rearrange those legs if it doesn't feel good. Well done, release. Perfect. Come all the way in. Roll yourself down onto your back. How are we doing? Good. Excellent. So relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You're going to extend here with both legs bent to begin with. Lifting one leg nice and high, lengthening it all the way up to the ceiling. You're going to hold on to the leg with the opposite hand on the inside and let that leg draw across. So just holding a little bit here. And then if you want a little bit more, let that supporting knee release. And we're coming back into that little twist that we did a moment ago. So again, you're looking away from your leg. Good work, well done. Accept how that feels on this side. Before we lift the legs, draw the knees in and pop the feet back down onto the floor. Superb. Lengthen the other leg. Release it and draw across. Letting the shoulder release. Just be mindful if you're kind of hitting bits of furniture. I always manage to lie much too close to my sofa, which means then that I end up bashing things. Just be a little bit mindful of where you are and what's happening. Well done. Bring your legs in and just give yourself a hug. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. And let's just release everything here. So just let the legs come around in one direction, holding onto the legs with the hands, rolling around in one direction, and then just change direction, coming all the way through. Bring the legs in, and then just let the legs go. Let's come into Shavasana, so let the legs just hang away from you. Let the shoulders release down away from the ears. Palms are facing up. Feel free to put something underneath your head if you want a little bit more support. Coming into our relaxation. So just begin again, focusing on your breath. If it doesn't feel good for you lying down, feel free to push yourself up into a seated position. But just kind of find a good place for yourself. So let your shoulders release down away from your ears. And just breathe really softly. A little bit of music for you this evening. So let your legs just hang away from you. Let them hang from your hips. Your feet are going to flop out to the side. Let your legs just soften from the hips. So you're going to feel the thighs roll open. Let the back of the head make contact with the floor. Soften your jaw. And let the tongue be soft in the roof of your mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Let that breath settle in your belly. So you're feeling the spine lengthen along the floor. Just let your breath come and go. Unclench your fingers. Feel that lovely tingling sensation through your fingers. Just breathe, just be. And if you feel any little other thoughts coming into your head, acknowledge them, let them go. Come back to your breath, back to being present. What do you need to let go of? Those shoulders just release. Let's begin to bring a little bit of movement into our fingers and toes. Maybe shrug your shoulders up to your ears, release down. And then draw the knees into the chest. Just give yourself a gentle hug. Well done. When you're ready, roll over onto your right side. so that you're lying away from your heart. Float the eyes back open so you become just accustomed to the brightness of your room. And then when you're ready, push yourself up. Join me. Seated to face front. Relax your shoulders. Let's end as we began with that lovely full Ujjayi breath. So inhale through your nose, let the breath find its place in your belly. If you want to float your eyes shut, do so. Feel the lovely warmth that you've created this evening in your belly with your breath. And let that breath become even deeper. So feel the inhale come up into the ribs and it rises and expands before you let the breath softly leave you. Let that breath travel even further, coming up from the belly, up through the ribs, all the way up to your collarbones before we let the breath leave us. We spoke earlier about just accepting where we are, so just accept how that practice felt for you this evening. Just relax your shoulders. Bring your chin down towards your chest so you feel that lovely extension right the way down the back of your neck. And then let your head float, lifting up. Inhale, lift the arms all the way overhead. Bring hands down to your heart. Namaste, take a bow. Well done, good job. Sorry about my dogs barking. Last time we'll have them in. Well done, good job. How are we doing?